G'day, how's it going? Before we get into the episode, I just wanted to suggest listening to The Angels. Damn, they're pretty good. Hope you've been well, welcome to December. The end of 2022 is near, and what better way than to talk about penalties. Welcome to the third episode of the 3-minute tip series, and that's exactly what we're going to be doing. I'm just going to be giving you an insight into how I save penalties. Nothing crazy, believe me it's not, but hey, you want to comp GK's opinion? I'll give it to you. This was also suggested to me by Noadia, a great channel member, so thank you. Start the timer, let's go. Now first up, I know that before FIFA 23 there was a huge head glitch. I mean, you could kind of watch the opponent's head and it'll give you a good indication of whether they're going to dive left or right. They've definitely nerfed that this year, but in my opinion, that's a good thing. My honest truth is, I never used that. I always just dived with instinct on penalties. Like, instead of looking at some cheap animation that the opponent can change whenever he wants, like he can pretend that he's gonna shoot left, but then he shoots right, I kind of always try to get in the opponent's head. I try to give them head. Yeah, I just think where they're gonna shoot. That's it, it's as simple as that. For me, most opponents usually shoot to the left. If they take a really long time, they're probably gonna shoot middle maybe. Like, these are all just guesses, they could be completely wrong, but when you're in the heat of the moment, you just have this instinct and you should always go with it. And truthfully, that's how I've been pretty successful with penalties. Another tip is that I always move a little bit to the left and then dive left, or I move a little bit to the right and then dive right. Either way, I hate relying on RNG, so if I just stand in the middle, but I know I'm gonna dive to the right, you might miss it, like the game might not reward you. So at the last second with my left stick, I move a little bit to the right and then I dive with my right stick. That way if he shoots right, I'm 100% gonna save it. Something I never do and probably never will, I never move a little bit to the left and then dive to the right and vice versa. I just think it's pointless. You're not gonna save the opponent's shot if he shoots to the left, and you're not gonna save it if he shoots right because you're gonna be in a bad position to start with. You probably won't even save it if he shoots middle, so definitely avoid doing that. If I'm gonna stay middle, sometimes I also move a little bit to the right or left to begin with, and then just before he shoots, I move back to the middle. All of this using my left stick, by the way. So yeah, these are just little things that you can do to certify your save. It even gets in the opponent's head a little bit. So yeah, I don't even look at the opponent. I'm just always looking at my own goalkeeper. Otherwise, you just get in two minds and you can't decide which way you're gonna go. Or is he looking left, or is his body shifting a bit to the... No, stop it. Just back yourself, back your instinct. If you have a feeling the opponent's gonna shoot to the right, maybe you've versed this person and he's done it twice before. Then you're more naturally inclined to dive to the right. And whereas if you're just too focused on where his head's looking, you can't think straight, you're not going to be able to think about these important things. Moral of the story, back yourself, forget about him or her, and just do your thing. A short but really essential video in my opinion. It's the first time I've ever talked about penalties as well. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. Hop in the ProClubs Discord if you'd like. Happy goalkeeping, bye.